Got to share a success story with you about a green card marriage-based interview that went really well for my clients. All right, here's the details. They just got their case approved yesterday. I-130, I-485 adjustment of status was approved. I want to tell you guys about this amazing story about a couple who had applied for adjustment of status, marriage-based through another lawyer. They had an interview, basically 6 months ago, all right? Everything went fine. And this was before Trump came into office, but there was no decision made. They were waiting to see what happens. Then they got an interview notice last month saying they're being called in for a second interview. They were confused. What's the deal? They weren't too happy with their first attorney. They came to me. My office prepared them and said, listen, immigration interviews are getting really hard on, green card marriage-based cases because they think there's a lot of fraud. And I prepared them. I sat down. I said, we got to go through your entire case. We got to see how you met, where you met, when you got married, how you proposed. What did you do for your wedding? Did you celebrate? Did you have any dinner parties? And that really helped in terms of them understanding the basis of their marriage. And, what do you guys do living together? And then who's cooking, who's cleaning, who's coming home, what time. This was really critical because when they went into the interview, you won't believe it, the immigration officer separated them and turned it into like a Stokes interview by keeping one spouse, the husband outside, he's the immigrant, and the wife, American citizen, in there, and then questioned the wife about the marriage and where they met and what they did and how they got married, who was at the wedding and all the steps in the process, then brought the husband in, asked the same questions when the wife was outside, and then compared and asked, why you said something different, why another person said something. But I was there with them the whole time, when the husband was outside, I was in there with the wife. When the wife was outside, I was in there with the husband. And we made sure at the end of it, we made an argument that we have enough evidence. This is a real marriage, that they are in a genuine relationship. Everybody knows them to be a real couple. And that argument, that evidence basically helped my clients get their case approved. Even though they had one interview, they didn't get approved the first time. And their case was just pending. And my clients were so relieved and so happy. Even left me a positive review online. I just want to share this with you guys that interviews are getting really hard. You may be called in for an interview and they may separate your husband and wife because these clients were not expecting it. Just be prepared. Make sure your lawyer is prepared. Make sure you are prepared. And if you don't have a lawyer, get a lawyer to go with you. All right, guys? Thank you.